Hello? Hello.
Hello?
Yes. What was the ending part which you said?
I was saying if one column has a value and the second column doesn't have a value, and if we are taking some answers or evaluating those two columns, the result will be null because it null column makes the other column as null too.
Yes. Only in the case of operations, like you are trying to add the values, you are trying to multiply the values. In that case, it will create problem.
Okay.
That is why, in order to fix this problem, we have these functions which are called like NVL function.
Okay.
NVL function is very much helping us to resolve this problem. Like if we are
Yeah,
doing
we were on the NVL function, but we couldn't finish it.
okay, we can see. Let us try to find a table which is having this NVL value. If I say select all from temp, I think it was having this particular if I say what is this? Let me set the line size actually, so that it will not give me this problem.
Now, while you're doing that, would you have any questions for me to study in order to prepare myself uh, for the studies or like say an interview? No, I'm not ready for interview now.
Uh, in interview when you are appearing for this database related job, it is actually you needs to understand the concepts number one very well, like, and then maybe a little bit this SQL they may ask. I don't. It depends upon the nature of the interview as well, like whether it is more developer job, or whether it is more administrator job, or whether I think these are the two categories in fall. I think you may not be working as a DB designer.
Okay.
So these are the two jobs which are possible. Like either you could develop SQL, like, and you could write queries, and or like you could generate schema for something which is already given, or you could actually take the backup, or like see if the DB is working well, some the things like this. And for the first part, we are already looking at the things you need to understand, because if somebody is hiring you as an SQL developer, you need
Mm-hmm.
to understand the functions very well, you need to understand the data types very well, you need to understand how the multiple tables are joined to fetch data as a single record set from multiple tables, and then how could you efficiently filter the not needed values, and you could bring up something which is very much needed from the multiple tables. And when I am saying this thing, actually it is not so simple. There are a lot of concepts involved in this. Like if I say multiple table, there one is the concept of like just single table, then joining the multiple tables, and then on the joins that you have actually many concepts like outer join, and then you have subqueries, like query within the query to fetch the things, and then you have subtract, intersection, union, so many other concepts which you will actually learn. The things are not so much small in size. And if you are interested in studying, then you should study around these things. It
Okay.
is just like building, these are the things which I have told to you, they are actually maybe equal to one huge inflated balloons, but I am just telling about very simple stuff, but like not simple but very like global in nature.
No, my thing is like I have lots of lots of things to study theoretically, but when
Yes.
it comes to practical, I don't know what to do. Like for example, I don't have any questions. When you give
Uh,
me questions, I know what to do, right? I
hmm.
try to do it, but on my own, when I try to find or Google the questions to practice those things, I don't know what to do.
That is very easy. Like whatever I am telling to you, you should practice around that. Like you should like the thing is that like when I am telling you I am just on one thing, I can build so many scenarios like select this, select that, select how this and that. Like this is something like you should also try to maybe develop these things or maybe on the Google what you can do actually. Hmm. Google may not be providing something like that actually. It is not. It is very much like all the things are not available on the Google. So the thing is, what I would say, like, try to follow and try to finish the things which are taught and then try to build your knowledge around that. If you will just actually try to jump into the ocean, then it is very much difficult to understand the ocean. Just start from the small lake and then gradually build upon that. You know, in IT, like the thing is that all the specialized pieces of knowledge are so much vast that you hold anyone and then it is very much so many books, so many concepts and so many things to do and to study.
Okay.
So I cannot specifically actually say like on that, but you try to build around the things whatever I am teaching to you.
Okay.
So let us start. Mm, or okay, let me test actually. Do you know how? Do you know the databases theoretically? Like very much simple from the simple perspective. Like if I say you, what is normalization? Do you know?
No, I don't know normalization.
If I ask from you, like why do we split a table why do we split a piece of information into multiple tables?
To make it easier.
No. If I say you, how could you decide about a piece of information that this is the parent and this is the child information? Like how do you decide?
Hmm.
Because these are the simple questions which the people are asking, like normalization and how do you break up. Like in the real life, you don't see tables. In the real life, you will be given a paper, you will be given a register on which the information is sometimes totally messed up or sometimes actually a little bit organized or sometimes it is written in the corners of the paper. Now it is your responsibility as a DB person just to see the information and then after having a look or after studying or analyzing the information which is available on the multi-dimensional papers to find out like what will be the structure and how many types of entities like this is also another like you will on the paper like everything is one but now after looking at the information you have to decide okay this is this type of entity and there will be a this type of table for this entity. Okay, this is this type of entity and this is going to be a table and by studying them structure wise you will decide okay this could be a parent, this could be a child and sometimes you have such type of child parent relationship in which actually the information is not at all available in the papers but it is available just in your mind. By looking at the structure of the information you decide okay I can make these two like parent and make this one as a child of that parent. So this is what you have to see and it is very much important when because if you understand the DB theoretically only then you can, not 100% theoretically you have to understand, because again I would say theory is another field, but you have to understand the basics of the theory, and then you have to link that theory with the structure of this SQL language, and then basic upon that you can effectively write the query so that you could bring the required information in an efficient way. You know, there are many ways to take out the information from the DB, and there is going to be only one efficient way, otherwise there are so many inefficient ways as well. I just showed you one thing, like if you just look at this example, like if I say, if we have actually select okay. Yes, select name from tab. Now these are our tables, and I think we traced out like it is going to be emp, and emp he is having department number, and then we have this actually select all, select from tab, and then we have this, yes, another table which is called dpt, and it is also having department number. And if I say select all from emp comma dpt, then you will see it is saying 56 rows. But if you just check that how many rows are actually present, and that could be count from emp. In emp you have 14 records, and in if I say count dpt, here you have 4. And how it is possible that the maximum number of rows 4, and when you have taken multiple tables it could become 56? Because we have defined an invalid relationship, or the relationship which is actually does not make sense, and then it is doing simply the cross product, like 14 multiplied by 4 is 56. So this is an inefficient way to bring the information from two tables. So how could we actually do it in a proper way? We should have a proper join in between them. We can say emp, and then I also told you there is a concept of alias. You have to use some alias, dpt d, and here e dot dpt num is equal to d e t, and if you select the things now, and this prompt is a little bit, if I just copy and change rather than typing again, I can actually say this thing, then you will see the information is very much done. Now this is actually the proper structure, and then it is 14 records. The reason is that we have properly connected, but if you do any detailed analysis on the wrong structure and the right structure, you could actually reach the right information. So possibly, so the thing is that now this is an efficient way as well, because it is very much fast to execute. The other way is not so fast. to execute. Now this is how actually, and you needs to understand that DB concepts as well. And I think in the very first lesson, I tried to explain about these DB things. Could you realize the theory? Could you memorize, recall that theory?
Yeah, you just wanted to
Yes, I actually told you like,
paper and attributes and all that.
yes, I actually tried to tell.
Yeah.
I think I have some, if I have the document I can show to you. I think in the very first class I tried, it is not in here, but maybe in one document which I did not save, I try to explain like what is the importance of joins, and like here I am also telling like this is actually amp and now this is the foreign key. These like foreign key, you should understand what is that foreign key, what is primary key, what is unique, and all these things I am going to explain along the way as well. But as you have asked about like if you want to do some self-study, then these are the things which you should focus upon just to a little bit explore the things. Do you like
Can I
get
get
out?
that? Is it possible that I can get this whole thing
Yeah,
that
yes,
we are
why not?
showing from our
Yeah,
past?
yeah,
That
yeah,
is the,
yes, 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 yes.
oh,
I can actually use this is
I remember this binary, decimal, hexadecimal. I
yeah, yeah.
remember taught me about the user interface, and you taught me about the select, update, insert.
Yes, like whenever you are doing things, the important thing is that you needs to understand the things in the bigger perspective. If you are having very shallow knowledge, then the things will disappear from your brain very fast, or when you are working upon something, then you cannot solve that problem because you have very much the simple picture. Like understanding the map and memorizing a road, both are different things. When you understand the map, then you have the grip to move in the whole city. When you just memorize one road or one path, then it means you can just walk on that one path only, and if you will be going somewhere else, you will be getting lost. Same is with like in the IT field, like if you see the things in the bigger perspective, then the life is very like I think like the job which I am doing here. Like sometimes my boss is giving me the things which like they're like maybe designing the pictures, changing the pictures as well. So although this is not at all mentioned in my resume, and this is not at all the part of my job as well, but the thing is that I can do them very happily because this is my very much good or bad habit that I am all the time exploring such things which I don't know, and this is all the time like my self exploration, and I am sometimes I am doing such things which are very, very strange, like it is not at all the part of my job. But when I am doing such things, then my boss is very much happy. Oh, you could do this, and oh, you could do that as well. But maybe these types of things are not so common among the people who are working in the field, like who are touching and who are changing. And sometimes I am working in such languages as well, like which I have never seen myself as well, but I am just on the way I am developing my skill and on the way I am doing things. So this is something when the people are hiring you, they expect you that you should be so fluent in doing things that just on the way you start doing things without actually saying, oh, I don't know, or I will take 1 month to learn and then I will actually be ready to do things. In the real life scenarios, most of the time these things are not possible. Like today I have been doing most of those things which were actually not the part of my job description, but my boss is very much happy, like, oh, you could do all these things as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this is very much that you have to do. And it is very much exploration all the time. Okay, let us now expand our exploration as well of these databases. I will send you this document, and no problem. Like here we stopped, I think last time, that we said like one is this NVL, and this is a simple old version. Like the field is very much replaced with the value which is given when it is null. And then there is another version which is provided, which is an advanced version, and which could actually do the things in a more like with feature rich. Like if you give the field name, the value to replace not null. Like if there is something, then that will be replaced by that thing which is not that thing but something which you have given. And if the value is null, then it will be replaced by something which you have given here to replace the null. So it is something we can actually quickly have a look and then proceed.
Okay.
Simply, if I just take this one again from M. Now if I see the commission field and I say NVL, and let us take this e-name so that we could understand the things. If I just take commission and then take NVL and then say NVL replace the null with 0, and LVL2 will be, okay, first consider first one so that you could understand, otherwise you may be getting confused. And so you could see like the Smith is having 0 commission, and like there is null commission, and the null is then replaced by 0. 300 is replaced by 300, 500 is replaced by 500, because these are the not null values, so they are not at all disturbed. Null is replaced by 0, and similarly here you could see like it is very much, and here it is 0, so it is 0, because 0 does not mean null, 0 means a value, and this 0 is taking the same amount of space in the DB that is taken by this 1400. It is not different. So don't never assume that if you will enter the space or you will enter the 0, it means like that field is not like assigned any space, or it is like going to be very much efficient. It is going to take the equal amount of space in the DB. Okay, now this one then comes, like let us see at this NVL2. Now if I take M e-name and then NVL2, and if I let us take this function so that we have a reference, NVL2 and then commission, and then the first value which will be replaced by when it is not null, and the second value when it is null, and then from end. So you could see like where there is 0 it means null, and where there is 1 it means like it is not null value.
Yeah.
So sometimes you are doing it. I think this null NVL and NVL2, they both are useful functions, and NVL is having a very different sort of purpose to be consumed when you are writing queries. Sometimes you are just interested in knowing like whether the value exists or not, and you could see another interesting thing, that it is 0 in here, but even then it is saying 1. The reason is that 0 means not null value. It is not a null value. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, let us proceed. Then is actually we have covered single. We have seen upper, we have seen NVL. Now let us see what we have next to be learned, which may be a little bit easier to grasp. Another thing is that there is a special structure you should also learn. So far, like I have taught you, like you can have a table like e-name, like this is all from M, and this is something like you are all the time taking the whole table. What if you want to take just few records, or you are looking for something? How do you do that thing? That is very much useful to learn. And how do you do in the query? If I want to know that, okay, I am looking for the people who are in department number 20, and how I am going to do, who are having this department number 20, actually I would say, where is a word which is used to build search criteria on the query. This is not the part of some table, this is, or not the name of the field. This is a keyword which is used to build the search criteria, just like the from and select. These are the keywords of the SQL language, and this amp is the name of the table, and then this e-name and all those are the name of the field. Now I am interested in knowing, like, who is having like department 20. So I can simply do this thing by typing this type of query. Could you understand this one?
Yes.
That you can search things, and the search is through this where clause, and it could be very, very complex. Never assume like it will be just limited to just one field. Like in the real life it could be very, very complex, and most of the time in the real life, in any query, this where is the most complex part, because in the real life when you are doing reports or when you are doing this search from the database, the things which you are changing most of the time is the where clause. These things are mostly static. Once you have found that, oh, I need these 4 columns, 5 columns, 10 columns, this is going to stay the same most of the time. You have traced out, okay, these 4 5 columns will come from 2 3, like whatever the number of tables, this will be strict. But what is changing all the time is this part. You may want to enhance, or you may want to like all the time change. Like what if I just want to say like select, first I said, okay, I want to have the information from about the employees who are in the department number 20. Next time I'm going to say it is from department 30 or department number 10. So it is something like where is the most active area once you have developed the query. It is changing in terms of parameters, it may be changing in terms of the fields, it is very much changing all the time. So understanding the where is very important. We will discuss this one a lot, but currently I'm considering more these functions, and later we will come to this, because you can have even a query inside this where clause, and that is called sub-query. I will tell you later. If I say in here like, and not only you can search the department, you can also search it by, you could also say like, okay, where department number is equal to 20 and the name of the person is, maybe you are looking for this, I would say Smith. So you can say I am looking for Smith in department number 20, and there is this field name is not properly, or okay, it is department. I can quickly fix it. from my external editor. DE, okay. If I do this thing and then if I just do this thing, then you see now you have learned another thing, that you can combine the search on multiple fields using a keyword which is called AND. Do you understand this AND?
A little bit.
This is something which is called actually the logical operator, and for the time being I will explain only two logical operators. If you could actually see,
And or operator before.
yes, and then we will come back to our functions. First of all, like each keyword is doing something. Like where is also a type of, like in SQL operator, which is helping us to do what? To search things, to search or to filter the available rows from the available rows. This is what you can do with the where, and then we have, although this is not logical, and I would not say illogical as well, then is and or. Now if you look at them, like how do you use this and in the real language? When I say something, you are going to market and you are going to buy vegetables and meat.
It has a plus sign, yeah.
It means what? Like the person who is going to the market will buy both vegetables as well as meat.
Yes.
But when you are saying to someone that you can buy fruits or sweets, then you are actually living on the other person, that in the deserts you can say, okay, you are going to buy either sweets or ice cream. So it means like you are giving the other person, like if he could find the ice cream, he can bring that one, or he can buy the sweets,
Yeah,
then he could, or he could buy that one, or because or is a flexible thing, it is possible that the person will buy both as well.
Yeah.
So or is giving you how many options to do the job? 3 options. So when there is only ice cream available, he will just buy the ice cream. When only sweets available, he will just buy the sweets. And when both are available at the good price, he will buy the both. Only when he is not going to buy the both, when both are not available. But when you are saying that you have to cook a recipe, and for that meat and vegetables are needed, so you are going to buy the both. It means there is only one possibility to buy, when meat and vegetables both are available. If one item is available and the other is not available, the recipe cannot be done. It means the person is not going to buy. Otherwise he is going to have tough time in front of the wife if he will just bring one. So it is more like this, like it is something like when both are true, only then do, and when one is true, if it is if this is not available, or if this is not available, or if this is in these two cases, actually we are going to say don't. And this do is in the logical language is called again what? true. When you could do something, it is true. And when you could not do something, it is false. In the language of programming language or SQL stuff. Similarly, if you consider or is having a different sort of situation. Like because you give the other person like, okay, you can buy either ice cream or either sweets. So if both are available, he will buy both. If just one is available, he will buy the one, and because he could do the job, that is why it will be true. Similarly, in this case, he could just bring the sweets, and that is why it is true. And it will be false only in the case when he could not do the thing, could not do the shopping at all, then it will be. So you could understand like this. How do you understand these logical operators?
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
So, and is binding you to do all the things which are given in the list with the and in between. Otherwise, don't do at all.
Okay.
And false is this or is saying, okay, if you could do one, this is sufficient. And the same is the purpose when you are dealing with this maybe programming language or the structured query language. You could actually going to do the same thing. So let us try to experiment with these two and then proceed. If I say select, let us see what will be the result. If I just switch this particular query and see what will happen. If I just say, okay, this is what you do. Put instead of and, use or here and then see what will happen. Do in your environment.
Okay.
And then tell me what has happened. What is the change?
Okay.
There is a good thing or bad thing about the IT. Like it is not a limited field. In some fields, people are very much staying in their domain. I don't know about the medical fields. Like if one person is doing one job, he will keep on doing that particular job throughout the life. But in the field of IT, it is often expected from the IT people like they are capable to handle each and everything. And this is something which is sometimes making this job interesting and even more interesting.
Honestly, it's not interesting at all. It's a boring thing. IT is the boring field I have ever seen. I completely don't agree with the concepts IT people have. My husband is one of them. All he does is bring good money, that's all.
And he is agreeing with your argument, or like he does not agree with your argument?
He just tells me that once you learn it, you will see how good it is. But to learn it, it's a struggle for me. I feel like I'm giving my 10th and 12th board again.
What I could not understand this 10th and 12th.
It feels like I'm sitting in my board exams.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, yeah.
Do you know, I mean, I don't know, when you went to school, I didn't know whether you were a good student or a half student. I was an average student. I always used to be like scared, giving the exam because, there's so much, I didn't study the whole year and just in 1 month I want to study the whole thing. And then, we used to leave everything on God as if He's going to write.
Yeah, yes, like this is a very good thing. Leave things on the God. And for the Asian people, God is quite active actually. Isn't it? We have a habit to leave everything on the God. But I think it is good. Like that is why like the suicide rate is very low in our society.
Yeah, but what's the point when you have to suicide later?
Hmm?
Like now I am suiciding.
No, no, no. Oh, yeah, it is not so important. Why should I? It is nothing is critical more than your own life in the life. If you could, you have actually full functional body. This is the best gift which you can have actually.
That I agree with you.
Yeah, yeah, like,
That is like,
all the things are just like you should try and work hard to acquire and to do, and that's.
but the problem is whenever I try to study, I always feel sleepy.
Oh, yeah. Then you should watch some of the Mr. Beans actually. Mr. Beans, like was an episode in which Mr. Beans was trying to sleep and then he could not sleep and then he was trying so many tricks actually. Interesting tricks.
All I need to is if I open Oracle, I can have a very good night's sleep.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay, I have to start now.
yes. Have you already written the query?
I was logged out because the session was timed out,
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to listen to what you were saying.
Oh, okay.
So let's start. Department number. When you put this query when you have written, it's saying invalid. I have written the same thing. Why is it invalid for me? Saying is invalid relational operator.
Okay. Let us see. What has happened? This one is also, it should be active. Okay. Select, or I can simply copy. This is a big problem in this. If I select this one thing, email. What it is saying? Ename and then SQL not properly entered. Select M. Okay. Select from and where dpt is equal to 20, and then it is, where is the mistake here? Okay, I have actually not I'll just copy this one, this 20, this one is working. If I extend this one to 20 and then take this, or sometimes it is like this. If I say temp, or just take some other field, cell is equal to 800, and then say, and it is saying not properly entered. Why it is saying? It is like the operator is incorrect. If I say select again and do some other structure, this one is there. If I say, just let me copy this one and correct this one quickly. Or should also work, I think. In some days it is working. If I say or, it is working. What is the problem with actually your structure? It or is sometimes given by parallel lines and sometimes by this structure. And if I just actually say ename and then say this by name Smith, and then if I just use this one quickly, then it is going to work. And what is the problem with your actually? And I think there is another way to write the or as well. If I say I have been using in some pipe symbol is also used. Okay, so you could see like this is actually the way to use this one.
Okay,
What was
would be equal to sign portion.
what was the problem?
Okay, because I did ename and within colon Smith, I did not put a equal to sign.
Okay. So now you could see it is the same query, but the thing is that it is bringing very much different pieces of information. What could you analyze this actually results when we are saying the select all from M where the DP name is equal to 20 or name is equal to Smith? Could you analyze?
So it brought everyone from the department number 20 and Smith as well.
Yes. And if the Smith is not even from the department number 20, even then it will come. Let us see that thing as well. If I say select, select all from, and it is this. And if I say, let us take this one actually, this one, because it is not from department 20, but if I select this one in a way like select all from M where DEPT num is equal to 20 or ename is equal to actually this one, and then you will see that Martin is from department actually 30, and it is being selected. The reason is that because of this side, and all the others are selected because of this side.
Okay.
And then there is another possibility which I just told to you. Maybe we can have this criteria as well. If I have this one, and what if I take the name here like Jones? Now Jones is a person who is also in the department 20, but it is also like Smith as well, which we have already done. Like the Smith was department 20, and yes, this Smith is very much department 20, and it is selected basing upon the both. So both are true when one side is true or the other side is true. Does this make sense?
I want to do select star from EMP where department number equal to 20 and no or union. So when I did select stars from amp where department number is equal to 20 and or union is equal to ward. So ward is from department number 10.
Okay.
Got me all the employees from department number 20 as well as ward.
Okay. Now I am going to ask you a question. That select all the people who are clerk or analyst.
Okay. So select star from employee where where job is equal to clerk.
Or analyst.
So can I just say or analyst or do I have to say job is equal to an analyst?
Just think how could it be done correctly.
Select star from employee their job is equal to clerk and
Or analyst. Now, like, you can decide how you are going to form the query. Just type whatever is coming to your mind and execute, and then if some error is coming, then see how you could fix the error.
okay. Select star from employee. It did not bring me anything. Select star from employee where job is equal to clerk Okay, so I did select star from employee where job is equal to clerk or job is equal to analyst.
And it is working?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. And you could see only the people whose job description is clerk or analyst. Is it?
No, it brought me, oh, 1 second. Yes, it just brought me clerk and analyst.
Perfect.
It brought me
So,
6,
hmm?
it brought 6 rows.
Okay, great. So you could see like or and add, like and they are very much actually useful, and they
Yes.
are helping us to build flexibility in your search filter. Okay, let us see some more function now, which we are going to see, and we will later add to this actually where clause, because where clause is the most important and huge when you want to make some complex queries. Then is we have very much seen some of these vector functions, like we also see. Let's see. One is very much important function which is called this one, concat. Have we discussed this one? Think if you are looking for something like this. If I say, okay, something like this. If I say you have to create a table, like information in this layout, like it should be more like this. That it should be appearing like this. Okay, this is actually Smith, and then president, and then it is saying Ford, and then clerk in one field, and then the other information which is just coming along separately. So how would you do this thing? Do you have any idea? Like the rest of the information is just coming, and like you just want to make them one field. Do you have any idea about this?
I didn't get your question actually.
Okay, let us see. The question is that this is how you want to make one field out of two fields. Simple question.
So we will join.
And how would you make this thing?
Is it that we,
Do you have any idea?
I know I have read concat somewhere.
Okay, so let us do this thing. It is actually, there is a function which is called concat. Just like you have seen NVL function, many other functions. So there is a function which is providing us to do this thing. If you have select and then you say concat, and concat is an abbreviation for concatenation. Do you understand this concatenation word?
Yes, I mean it removes the space and joins two things.
Yes, so there is a concat function, and you can say, okay, ename, and then comma, and then you say, okay, ename, and then it will come this job, and then bracket, and then from, and then end. So you could see what is appearing. You have actually combined, this is the Smith and this is the clerk. Now my question is, how would you like like present it in a way so that there is a space or comma in between, just like the way I ask question from you. It should be very much like this, rather than mixing up, and we don't know where the person's name is ending and where the the title is starting. How could you do that?
Hmm.
Could you create a query just from this hint, that where this thing is very much appearing more readable rather than currently it is very much just the name and the job, they are very much close, and you don't know where the name is ending and from where the job is starting.
I can try it.
Oh, okay, perfect. Just try.
Okay, select concat. Um,
1 minute, I am going to prepare the coffee in the meantime.
okay, no problem.
Hello.
I cannot do that. It's not coming.
What is the problem?
When I am trying to put space in between within colons,
Okay.
it's not giving me error.
Okay. Okay. Let us see. I think you are working in the hospital. Is it?
Yes.
What do you think? Healthy people eat more or unhealthy people eat more? Like the people like who are doing more exercise, they are eating more, or the people who are not doing exercise, they are eating more.
The people who are not doing exercise, they are eating more.
And what's the reason?
I don't know. They are stressed out, I guess, and they don't know. That's the reason why they are unhealthy. They don't balance.
Okay. And what about the heartbeat? Heartbeat is faster in the people who are doing exercise or the people who are not doing exercise?
While people who are doing exercise, their heart get trained to adjust.
Okay.
And the people who are not doing exercise, if they are doing something strenuous, their heart doesn't know how to adjust.
Oh, okay.
Why did you ask me that question?
What?
I said, why did you ask me that question?
Because today when I was in the class and we started a discussion like whose actually heart is beating faster, and my argument was that the people who are not doing exercise, their heart is beating faster.
Yes.
And you are in the hospital and I just actually confirmed from you. And this is what we were also discussing, like maybe my assumption is that the people who are doing exercise, they are eating less, and the people who are not doing exercise, they are eating more.
Yes, that's true.
And if you execute this way, then you will see you can introduce a space between them.
Why did we use 2 times concat?
The reason is that if you look at the structure, let us do it the wrong way. If I do E and then space and then job, this is what you would be interested in, and this is what you did.
Yes.
And it is saying what?
Same thing.
Missing right parenthesis. The reason is that it could accept only, although the error is very actually I would say not so good error that it does not make the person to trace the error, like what is the problem. Missing right parenthesis, although like the permitted number of parameters in this function is the 2, and that is why it is saying missing right parenthesis. This is not a valid actually error, but the thing is that it takes only 2 parameters. This just like I made another mistake. This is not it. I was surprised like why it is saying if I do this thing, then concat and then ename and then job and then this and then emp. This is what you did. And it is saying invalid number of arguments. Here the error is correct. Could you understand this error? It is saying like there are like you have given to this function more things than it could take. It could only accept 2 parameters, but you have given 3 parameters for this function, and that is why it is saying invalid number of arguments. And whenever you see this thing, it means either you have given more parameters or you have given less parameters. Let us see this, the same statement from another angle. Concat, concat, and then if I say ename, let us see if it's going to show some error or not. If I say this thing, again it is showing the same mistake. When I am doing more than 2, it is saying invalid number of argument, and when I am doing only 1, it is saying invalid number of parameters. It means these are not the valid parameter. If I say select just concat, it will be showing the same sort of mistake. Invalid number of parameters. And what are the valid number of parameters? You have already seen. Select concat ename and job, and then temp, and this is valid and it is working. Could you understand all the possible like mistakes and the scenarios? Like here we are giving how many parameters? 3,
3.
which are more than 2. Here we are giving just 1, which is less than 2. Here we are not giving anything, which is also a mistake and which does not make sense as well. So in all the situations it is showing the same error. Like the error is that what? The error is invalid, 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 and it is only valid when there are 2 parameters. So we are bound to give only 2 values to this function. And when we want to have a third value, actually this is the third value, this space, and these are the 2 values which are coming from the database, and this is the cosmetic stuff, like we just want to make our information which is taken from the table more actually looking better and easy to understand. And to overcome that difficulty we are doing this type of actually manipulation, I would say. This will combine the 2 values, return 1, and then the other one will take the 2 values, like 1 coming from here and then 1 value. Could you understand it all?
Yeah. So whenever we join, we can only give 2 parameters, right? Not more than 2.
Yes. Now what you are going to do, your assignment, you are going to do this thing, something like this.
Okay. I was just writing that query once more. Can you show me that screen again, please?
Yes. If I do this thing, this one?
Yes, the last one that you did.
Okay. So you are going to.
The last one that you did. Select concat and then concat ename and
Okay,
then
okay,
space.
okay. This one.
Yeah.
So you are going to generate something like that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Why is my putty always getting inactive? Because I'm not doing anything with it right now.
What? What happened?
Why does the putty get inactive?
Inactive, like there is always, like when you are connected to your operating system through the PuTTY, there is a session inactive time, like if it will remain idle for certain period of time, then
Okay.
it will logs you out automatically.
Okay.
So you have to actually keep it
Oh.
in use, so that it is a security feature, I would say. So that like if you just leave your desktop and it is staying inactive for a while, it will just log you out so that no one else in your absence could make use of that system.
Oh, okay.
A sort of security feature. Just like in Windows, if you leave Windows inactive, then it is going to either lock mode or sleep mode, something like that.
And when I start the CentOS, this virtual VM box, it shows me that loop back running. What does it mean?
What?
Loop back running.
I could not understand. Could you please
So
say again?
it says loop back running.
Loop back running?
Yeah. It's giving me this thing since yesterday. I don't know why.
So, like, you were just working today as well, like, it was working and now it is giving me error.
No, it's since yesterday. It's working fine, but whenever I do that, it starts like this, you know. It
Could
always
you copy paste the things and send to me?
sure. I will. If I can. It's not letting me copy paste it.
Okay. You can show me your screen for a second?
No, that's probably have to call my husband for that.
Okay, no problem. We can see it later. If it is working and you could work, then it is okay.
Yeah, it is working.
Okay, then perfect. We can see it at the end. Or when the things have finished, you can just actually take the screenshot and send to me.
Okay. Okay. It's all good.
Could you do? Perfect. Now, there is another way to do the same thing in Oracle. One is this concat function. We have just seen, I can write here as well. Concat. And it takes column 1 and column 2 to do the job. Okay, then is another function which is very much useful. It is I would say the same function done in another way, and it is called concatenation operator. Like, just see, if you have done select and select and then ename, and then one way is to do this jump concat ename and then job and then this one, and I can do the same thing through this one as well. Ename. There is a parallel solution for that. You know about this from so we have two ways to combine the two columns. Would you see?
Yeah.
We can use this function and we can use this this structure.
How
This
do
is
we,
called,
how do we use the parallel lines?
how
And which
do,
key should we use for these parallel lines?
oh yes, like if you look at your keyboard, there will be a like symbol like this. Just search on your keyboard, there will be a symbol like this. If I just actually, is there any symbol like this? It will be broken from the middle, maybe.
Broken from the middle.
What is the name of your laptop?
Dell.
Huh?
Dell.
Dell which version? Like what is the model number?
Good one. It's an Dell Inspiron machine. I don't know.
Okay, then Inspiron. Okay. This one, and then keyboard layout, and then I can see the images. Which one is not clear? It should be, yes, this one is much better. Let's say, yeah, I think your keyboard is more like this, isn't it? If I open the image, your keyboard should be like this. Is it like this? Because it is for the Dell. And this is the key actually. You have to press this shift and then this one. First press this shift and then this symbol.
Shift and then number. Okay.
Because this keys, most of the keys are doing two things. This one is also two things. First you have to shift and then the upper symbol will be right. Is it the same keyboard?
Yes, somewhat like this.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
Is it working? So the thing is that now you have learned this one new concatenation operator. Using this concatenation operator generates something like this. The same thing using this concatenation operator.
Bashir, if I have to space in between both of these, how would I write using these two parallel lines?
Yes, this is what you have to actually plan. Okay, look, you can do something like this. If I do this, you have to do ename this, and then something like this, and then this, and then just do not like first column, and then parallel lines, and then quotes, and then the single quotes, and then comma, and then space, and then job.
In those quotes, do I have to give comma or what is it? The green line.
I am saying like this one. These things should come like it is the first column and then the comma and then the space and then the job. And how could you achieve this thing? First column, single quotes and then comma and then the space inside the single quotes and then this one and then the job again.
Okay.
People often say this coffee is unhealthy. Is it like this?
Coffee is actually, it has got lots of caffeine.
Okay.
And it increases your blood flow, blood pressure, and it's a diuretic. Diuretic is like when it goes into your body, it loosens up the stool, and it's like you pass the motion.
Okay. Here I could not understand that thing. So there is a reverse lesson going on.
No, actually, coffee is called a diuretic for it. What it does it when it gets into your colon, it breaks down the stool.
Okay.
Then it's easier for you to pass on the stool. Have you ever realized that when you drink tea or coffee, you get to the especially hot tea and hot coffee when you drink it's a diuretic. But caffeine is more than our tea, and it's not good for your health because it increases the blood pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're feeling low, when somebody has a low blood pressure, it's advisable to have a cup of coffee.
Okay.
And it makes you dehydrated. So if you're drinking too much of coffee, you should drink water. How much ever coffee you drink, you should have double the water because कॉफी से बॉडी का पानी जो है वो रिलीज होता रहता है और आपकी बॉडी जो है वो आप डिहाइड्रेटेड फील करती है.
Okay. But these programmer people are drinking a lot of coffee. This is very much normal.
Yeah, but it's not healthy at all.
If you actually, I have been in Finland before, and there the programmers were crazy about coffee, and the coffee was so thick coffee, I would say, like no sugar, no milk, pure coffee in the machine, the powdered, like from the powder, not actually this instant as well, and very much thick coffee, like they were adding so much coffee and so many these actually programmer type of people like I am also, and I developed the habit of taking this coffee from there, but I am not so much thick drinker, like so much strong, but I drink coffee.
Yeah, you should not drink too much, and if you drink it, then make sure that you're drinking that much of water.
No.
पानी कॉफी से जो है हमारी बॉडी का पानी जो है वो सारा इट्स अ डिहाइड्रेशन थिंग. तो आपकी बॉडी अगर उसको हाइड्रेट नहीं करोगे तो इट कैन गो इनटू डिहाइड्रेशन.
Oh my God. Programmers are logical people, that they sometimes not so logical. Coffee and tea, they are very much, and sometimes programmer are smoking a lot, although I am not smoking at all, but coffee is something I drink actually sometimes, not so much as well. There are few bad habits about the programmer.
जो स्मोक नहीं करता है, I think those people they really get affected.
Equally.
Yeah, equally.
Oh my God.
Even if you're going with them for a smoke, you're not smoking, but you are equally smoking.
Okay, then this is a good idea. Like in free, you are getting smoking.
And in free, you are damaging your lungs.
Yeah, this is true. Then there is another problem.
Yeah, and one more problem here is in winters. I don't know. It's your first winters, right?
Not in Canada first, but in Finland, like I have seen the winter.
Oh, okay. Is it like the same?
It is more actually worse there.
Oh, okay. Then I would say, I don't know, here people get vitamin D deficient.
Yes, I have been having the problem this in Finland, and I had such a bad deficiency of vitamin D that they give me some injections of vitamin D, and then they asked me to take some high potency vitamins D and then decrease the potency, because in Pakistan I have never even heard the name of this vitamin D.
Yeah,
And
because
then,
we don't need it. In India and in Pakistan we get enough sunlight, right? And it actually break the world. But over here we don't get enough sunlight, so it's important for us to do vitamin D. If we don't take it, like make it a habit of taking at least 1,000 units every day. You can get it over the counter at Walmart, like for $4-5, around 200 tablets.
oh, okay.
If you take it once a day, then you won't have any cold issues, your brain
Oh, okay.
But if your body becomes deficient, then it takes the time for the body to, get all that vitamin D it has lost. Because bones very much rely, and over the period of time you will feel the pains in your body.
Yes, this is one they actually asked me, like, because I am a tall person, and then they said, like, actually you must take vitamins D, otherwise big problem for you in the future. But then I developed the habit. What other vitamins the people should take? Because in the Walmart I have seen it is a huge shelf, and I don't know, countless vitamins bottles are placed in the shelf to buy.
The best one is Centrum.
Okay, but this is multivitamins, I think.
Yes, multivitamins, and its Centrum is a Centrum for men. If you take it,
Okay.
according to your age, you get it under 50 years and over 50 years. So if you take it according to your age, then it's going to one a day. You will feel the difference in a month or so.
Oh, okay.
Because the food over here, we are eating processed food. The vegetables also whatever we are eating is 1 week old. So nothing can be. That's it's we become deficient.
Oh, okay.
And we prefer like junk foods to make our life easier.
Okay, come back to the lesson. Enough medical lessons. Otherwise, the teacher will sleep, just like the student is sleeping on Oracle. The student is sleeping on medical lessons.
Yeah.
No. I am actually quite much interested in exploring the things, especially which are of my use.
Yeah.
Because it is almost needed. It's like the Oracle is needed. This is also needed. Okay, could you do this thing now, according to this structure?
Yeah. I was doing it. Writing it. Error at line 1, and then Aura 00923 from keyword not found where expected.
So the problem is not with the operator, it is something like you are missing or you are actually using in an improper way.
I did select. Oh, I should not write concat, right? If I'm doing these parallel lines.
You can, like, if you look at the query which I have written, you can use both at the same time, but the thing is that there is something wrong with the structure, with the way you have written, like concat, ename, comma, job, bracket closed, comma, ename, well, like this. This symbol is called pipe, and then job, and from emp. And maybe you have written in a not in a correct structure.
No, now it's coming. I did the same thing. The only thing is that I wrote select concat and then all those things. Now I did it without writing select concat. I just did select ename and those two lines, and then within colons, comma, and then job, and now it's doing it.
Okay, so the problem was in this area where actually you made a maybe wrong syntax.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, like could you do this thing? Like you could bring comma in between and the space?
Yes, I could.
Okay, perfect. It should be like this, select. And which one do you think is easy to use? These pipe symbols or like this concat? Hmm?
Pipe symbols.
Yes, you are right. Often people actually prefer these pipe symbols because it is less to type and it is a little bit more flexible than this concat, because concat is very much all the time saying over 2, and then if you have to do 3 you have to nest it.
Yeah.
Like you have to put like another level just to do the things, but in this pipe you can do very easy. Now do another thing, like this should not be appearing, there should be a decent name appearing. How do you do this thing? I think I have already told you last time. Like it is very much ugly. Your syntax is appearing in the column name, but instead of column name like the syntax, it should appear like the nice name. How could you do this thing?
I remember you told me that before.
Yes, yes.
We were just writing something and then putting this into the bracket, I remember. But I don't know what we were writing.
Just try to recall, otherwise I will tell.
I'm just trying to see if I've written it somewhere.
Okay. So you are using your own personal Google search.
Yeah.
Your own personal Google search is good.
I've been trying to write few things that
Your Google search is very slow.
because my browser is slow. I don't remember what was the word.
It is actually, you can do simply, if I use a select, and then ename, pipe, and then this, and then pipe, and then job, job, and then here you will say as, maybe employee job, something that you would like to give nice actually structure, employee job, from, and then it will be like this. So instead of like these ugly actually pipe symbols and the comma and all that stuff, it is now nice actually employee job is appeared. Let us proceed now. Your Google search didn't work. Now let us learn another thing in the where clause. We are actually quite much mixing and matching and learning the things. You see, like we in the where clause, what we have learned. You have learned and, you have learned or, which are very much the logical operators. In the where clause, and to combine two columns, you have learned concat, and then there is another way, and then comes, there is another thing which you could actually use, which is called another like operator in the where clause. Why it is all the time showing so much space? If I select this one space all the time, and then where clause operators, like one you have already learned, like we can use logical and or, and in is also a very useful operator. Think if you have a situation. The situation is that you want to uh, do or on 5 columns. Your query will become like this. You will say, okay, or where column 1 is equal to value 1, val 1, or column 2 is equal to val 2, or column, or like instead of using even multiple columns, if I say just you want to find the values from one column, like one column different values, if I say column 1 and then you are searching for something like this, you can say, okay, you are searching for 5 different values within a column, value 3 or column 1 and value 4 or column 1 value 5. It is a very bad way to do the thing, and it is also inefficient as well from the execution point of view. The easy way would be to use an operator which is provided by SQL, and that operator is, you can simply say all, like column 1 in value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4, value 5. So which one is the better? Or is better or this in is better?
In is better.
Could you understand at all, or you don't agree at all? Hello?
Second one, the in one looks easier to at least read. The top one, I didn't even understand what you were writing.
Oh, okay. I am just trying to say in column 1, just like I said, you are query to do, like you have to find the employees whose job is either clerk or analyst. And if I say you to find the employees whose job is either clerk or analyst or accountant or cleaning staff or like manager or like this and that, like I am looking for the people from the 5 different designations. So you will be writing a query like this. Then you will say job is equal to clerk, or job is equal to analyst, or job is equal to cleaning, or job is equal to accountant, or job is equal to this. This is what you will do. Is it?
Yeah.
Now there is a nicer way which is provided through this actually in operator. When you have to type this or many times, then instead of doing that thing, you could do this thing as well. This is much easier and nice looking and inefficient, or like efficient from the execution point of view. It gives you results more quicker than this. This is inefficient way. So I would say when the or is used among 2 columns or the 2 comparison, it is good enough. But when you come across a situation like this, then you should never use or. What you should do? You should go this way. Just let us practice. If I say, first check how many types of jobs we have. If I say this and then I say select job from AMP, then these are the types of jobs which are available in the employee table. If I say, let us do first the inefficient way. If I say, okay, select all from AMP where job A is equal to clerk, or job is equal to analyst, or job is equal to maybe salesperson, salesman, not person, or you are saying job is equal to manager. So instead of this will also return you the correct result, but it will take more time to do the job. So you are interested only on those people who are clerk, analyst, salesman, or the manager. And you will enter and it will show you only those people. You could see president is not selected.
Yeah.
President is not selected. Now there is another way to do the same job. That way is that select all from M where job in job in cloud analyst and salesperson, salesman, manager, and bracket closed. So we are going to do this thing now, and it is going to return the same 13 rows which it did before. But the thing is that it is efficient and clean way to do the OR operation, rather than we are adopting this inefficient and ugly way to do the OR. OR is good enough if you are doing this type of up to this level, maybe 2 comparison. But when you need or having more than 2, then never use OR. Always use this in. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Now your job. You are going to select the employees whose names are Smith or Allen or Ward. These are the people which we would be interested in selecting, but using the in operator. Just do.
Okay.
If you are still awake.
I am awake, but this putty is like logging me off like crazy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the 5th time I'm logging in.
Is it like maybe you have changed the settings actually, or some setting has been disrupted? Before it was not like this.
No, before it was not like that. Yesterday something happened and it's asking me to update again.
Okay. Could you actually remove this after the lesson, this actually virtual machine, and use the same old image to start the virtual machine? Same actually the image which I gave you first, for like you just downloaded from the this Dropbox.
Oh, you know what? Because I was doing it in putty, that's why it was giving me problem. I'm not doing it in the virtual machine.
No, but doing from putty and the virtual machine should not be different. It should be the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah. And let me check if there is any setting in the putty for the timeout.
Okay.
If there is any setting, maybe the putty is doing something strange. although I have never login.
lot of time to log in again.
It does not make sense that the putty should do this thing. I don't think so. It is because of the putty.
Oh, yes. So what was the question?
The
Smith,
question.
what am I going to do?
The question is that you have to use in operator to select these peoples,
Okay.
and then you are going to use or as well. So you should not forget that it is so much painful to use this for.
Smith or Allen or Ward Smith or Allen or Ward Smith or Allen or Ward?
No, like just to like this is actually just I accidentally pressed
Oh.
this one. Only this one.
I did it.
Perfect. And how is it actually working? Oh, is it working?
Yes.
Perfect. Now we are going to do another thing. And I am also just trying to find the problem of this putty as well, why it is giving. Yes, I think I have found the solution. And maybe it is a little bit tricky for you to do what you should do. And instead of SQL, you should learn something else as well. Could you actually see something like this? Your putty is working, is it?
Yes.
Just follow what I am doing. You are going to do this thing. What do you do? This is the command you will type in.
You want me to put that command?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second.
When you are there, just tell me.
Yeah, just a minute. Sorry, my son was here.
Is he afraid to see what the mom is doing? Oh, what has happened to my mom? She has gone very crazy. Instead of teaching me something, she is actually doing for herself.
Yeah. Okay, if I do, how do I get that dollar sign
Where is the dollar sign?
in the putty?
No, get out of the putty. Just
Get
type
out?
in. Yes. No, not putty, like SQL prompt. Say quit here
Okay.
and quit. It will come out from like this. QUIT quit.
Yes.
And after that, you will be doing this thing. Sudo nano
And I'm
etc.
in the CentOS box, right?
Yeah. SSH and then SSH D underscore config. Have you typed this thing? As it is.
When I'm going to the CentOS box, not giving me. Okay.
And here it will, when you will do enter, it may ask you the password like this.
Okay.
And then you will give the password, which is the just like the name. And then it will open the file like this.
Okay. Where did it go? Sudo nano etc. SSH and I lost it. SSH dash underscore config. Oh my god, this is not doing anything. SU space NANO space dash 8 SS and enter, right?
Yes. It is asking for the password. Give the password.
What was the password again, Bashir?
Yes, yes. The same as the name.
Okay. And it brought me something. Yes.
Something like this.
Yes.
Okay. Then what you are going to do, just follow me along. Maximum. Keep on going down. Yes, here is the stuff coming. Could you reach this point? It is
Client alive interval.
client alive interval and client alive count max. Could you reach this point?
I am trying to find that.
Just keep on going down line by line and then you will reach.
Okay, I am left.
Okay, perfect. Then what you will be doing, there is a pound symbol in here. Is it?
Yes.
Remove this pound symbol. Remove
I'm okay, so both from those the thing, okay.
remove this pound symbol as well. Then next what you are going to do, you will go in the end of this client alive interval and you will type in something like maybe 30, 13 here. What happened? Okay. 13. Exit. I have pressed the wrong key. I am going back to the same point. Yes. I said like pound symbol gone here, pound symbol gone here. And then you will be doing here what? You will be saying 30.
I also did 1, 3 and it
Oh my god, my keyboard is behaving in a very
no, same
strange.
thing with me. I typed 13 and it brought me down.
Okay, do you know what is the problem? Problem is that it is actually, don't use numeric pad. Use your keys which are on the top of this actually. And if you are going to use the numeric pad, then enable the numeric pad actually. If I do this and say 30, then it will work. It is problem because of the numeric pad is not enabled, then it is giving problem.
Okay.
So it is 30. Here you will come and you will say 9999.
What 30?
5 nines you will press in here.
Again I did the same thing. I pressed the numeric pad.
Yes. Could you do this thing?
I tried to do the 999 and I was brought wherever I was. I'm going back.
This thing you have to do, and then there is other thing is here which is saying TCP keep alive. Here you are going to do remove just the pound sign. So when you have done these 3 lines, just tell me TCP keep alive, remove the pound sign, client alive interval 30, remove the pound sign, client alive count max 59. Have you done already?
Yes.
Then you will press Control X. When you will do Control X, it will say like yes or no. You will say yes in here.
Control X you said?
Yes, press Control X
Okay.
and it will say yes or no. You will say Y.
Y. Okay.
And then it will show you something like file name to write to. Here you will say enter.
Enter. It brought me to $sign.
Is it?
Yeah.
Could you see something like that? And then when you say enter and it will say save file under different name, you will say no.
It did not brought me to the different name thing. It brought me to straight away to Bashir at bash $.
Okay, then it means you have actually done the things in the right way. You have done actually, I think I have opened the file in the wrong way. That is why it is saying save the file under different name, and I am saying no, and then it is bringing you back again, and then I am saying why it is doing this. If I say cancel, if I am saying cancel again, and I am saying exit, and I am saying no, and then why it is doing this sudo, and then and I am going to do this. Is this key? This information, and it is if it is not saved. Keep alive. Where is that? This is, and then this one, and then this one. It was 30, and this is 99999, and then this one is gone. I am saying exit. I am saying yes, and then okay, now it is saved. So the file is saved. The next thing now you are going to do, you are going to do this thing. Just see sudo and saying etc and init and initd if it is actually there. Let me check if it is there. If I say, just wait. If I say etc and then init.d, and I am saying this one, and it is not there. So, okay, so we have to use something else. We have to do something like this. If I say service, and then sshd and restart, command not found, service, and it is access denied. Okay, then I'm going to say sudo, and it is done. Restart redirectory. Okay. So then you are going to type this command sudo service sshd and restart. Do this thing.
So it's asking me the password.
Keep the same password, no problem.
Okay. It brought me to $sign again.
Perfect. This is what is, now it is not going to create the problem which you were having.
Oh, okay.
So you have learned another thing today. Oh my god.
Yeah, if I remember even a you know what, even if I remember a single bit of it, I promise you I'll go for an Oracle interview.
So you are now very much Linux administrator as well.
Yeah, for sure. Only thing I would know in the interview is how to spell Linux.
Okay. So let us come back to the real world. Real world is very much Oracle.
जिसने भी Oracle बनाया ना उसको गोली मार दी.
Don't do this thing, it is not allowed.
They force the innocent people to become violent. These softwares.
Okay. So let us do, and then we can stop after this. We can do one more interesting command and then we can stop. Okay, when is then we are doing, and this, the thing which you have done when you will do, like whenever you will log in, because of this it was creating problem.
Okay.
Okay, we have done this one, substring we have done. You have learned quite many functions and quite many things now, like there are so many things to practice on your side pending. You have learned how to join things, you have learned how to build different type of filter, you have learned logical operators and OR, in, and then we have some other interesting things, but I don't think so we are going to do in this time, maybe next time. One more thing I can actually discuss that is quite important, which should be actually this one. There is another interesting operator which is called like. Let us go back to SQL. SQL.
I know that.
What?
I know that like
This like, you know.
Yes, like with the percentage sign, right?
And what it is doing?
It's finding anything that you are putting in there from the table.
Okay. Okay, just execute a query which could find the people. Let me check. Okay, if I say in from in, okay, create a query which could find the people whose names are starting with A.
Okay. Let me open my books.
Oh my god. Your Google is super fast.
I did it, but I don't remember on the top of my head. But I know it finds, like whatever you defined after the like operator, it tries to bring you whatever you defined.
Oh, okay.
That I know. That is only I know.
Okay. So you like the like operator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Now you know what? When I need it, I won't find it, and when I don't need it, I will always come across it.
This is very much true in the real life as well.
It's
I don't know what is the philosophy behind this. Actually, I don't know.
Okay, let's see. So what am I doing again?
You are going to search the people whose names are starting with A through the select statement.
Okay. Why can't I do anything in this putty? Oh shit. Don't tell me it's inactive again.
No, it is not inactive. That you have to log into SQL again.
Oh, okay.
Like if I just say, actually you are in here, like dollar, you have to say SQL plus, and then you have to say the name of the user and the password, and then this is how you will come inside your SQL plus environment, give this information, and then here you will give something and then it will do something.
But I'm not able to type in anything. That's the problem. It is giving me green bar.
What? It is not doing any response.
No, I can't type in quit or I can't type in SQL.
Okay, then go on the top. Here you go.
Okay.
And it will be showing something here. Refresh the session. Is there anything on the right click on the top bar? It is saying refresh the session or reset the session, something like that.
Yeah, restart the session.
Yes, do restart.
Okay.
Restart the session.
And then I do.
When you will do restart the session, it will ask for you the user. The user is just my name, and then the password is also my name.
Network error.
Oh, then there is something else, like your router is either off or there is some problem on the router. Could you go on the internet from your system? Just check.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Is it going?
Well, my internet is working.
Internet is working. Then you have to actually, there is another problem. Maybe your, what is called, your actually IP address is changed.
Okay.
Just go to your box, like this box, which is this one. Go in here.
I am doing it now.
Go in here and type this command.
Config.
If config dash a,
Okay.
and then you will see something like this. Something like this actually, this. You have to give the same address to connect your putty.
Yeah, it's giving. See, it's giving me the same thing. Loop back running. What is this? That's what I was trying to ask you.
And what about this one? It is not appearing?
No, this is appearing.
And this loop back running. You know, like whenever you have a machine installed, this is, even if you don't have any network card, this will appear as a fake logical network card on your machine, although it is not at all having any network, not at all any connectivity.
Oh,
It is very much actually operating system standards.
okay.
So you should never ever look at this one. It is not of your use. Your use is very much this one. It represents the real actually network, and this is the address.
Okay.
And you will use, just like I have connected my system by actually, if I just go in here, like if I want to connect, I am just going to show you. Show to you. Like I run a putty,
Yes.
and then it will be appearing in here, and I will say load, and in the load it will asking IP address, and here I will be giving the same address which I see in here. It is 192.168.0.117. So I will be giving this information here, and
Oh,
when
yeah,
I,
that I know. That I know.
and then when I am giving the information, it will ask me, invite me to log in, and
Yeah.
then I will be logging in, and then I am giving some password, and then it will let me to log in, and now I can actually simply do SQL plus and the database user name and password, and then here I will come inside the SQL plus environment there where I can type the queries and run the queries.
Okay. Save, open, and
What?
that is what I was doing. The way you showed me.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, but see, it's giving me network timed out. There is something with network.
Okay, one thing you should do, is it showing when you go inside the box and it is showing you this address?
Yes, it's showing me not the same address.
And the address would be not the same, but
Yes.
is it showing you this address?
Yes.
Okay, then there is another problem which you could fix actually.
Okay.
Insert. There is one thing you can do. This thing. This is called if I do this thing, sudo, what this is something which you will do inside the ROM sudo if it is actually there. Let me first check. ls etc i.d networking, is it there? Is it there? No, that's fine. Okay. If I do something else, there should be okay. If I say service network restart, service network restart. Okay. Permission. So, this one and restart it. Do this thing actually. Type this command. Sudo service network restart, and then what will happen? It will restart and then do this thing, if config, and it will show you the address status. Like sometimes the address is changed, or the machine is disconnected from the router, but it will take the address again and then give you the new address. Just do this thing. Type this command.
And then it's again asking for password, right?
Yes, no problem. You can just give the password.
Restarting network via system.
Yes, it will do. And it will finish, and then you can do if config A, and then you can find your address when it will finish.
It's the same address. Okay.
But anyway, it has refreshed. Now try to connect back again.
Okay.
Is it working?
Loading, it's showing the green sign right now.
Is it saying restarting network okay? This thing?
No, it's not saying that.
What did it say?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's saying again the same thing. Network error, connection timed out.
So there is a real problem, like your router is down.
Okay, then I have
When the router is down, then it is not working.
Okay.
So what you have to do, you can actually, this problem cannot be fixed from the system. The router is down. So what we have to do, we can stop here, and in the meantime, when the router is up, like maybe because it is 8:30, we should stop here. Is it?
Yeah.
Or you just want to continue? Because the thing is that
No, that's okay. I mean, I
yes.
will talk whatever. But I know the like operator. I know when we have to select it.
No, we can discuss it again, no problem. But the thing is that this router problem is that your router is down, or like there is some problem on the router. That is something.
Maybe I'm on wireless and I have to connect it to the network cable. That's why.
No, it is not like that.
No, then I will ask my husband to help me.
Yeah, yes. Okay.
Okay,
Have a nice week, and then let us talk the next time.
okay, all right.
Okay, bye. Thanks.
Bye bye.
No.